moment. The way you guys are speculating things about her and breaking down her every movement is mind-boggling to me. The first thing that came to my mind was Jackie Kennedy and how she said, I want them to see what they have done. This woman is probably on some sort of anti-anxiety, antipsychotic medication. When you go through something this shocking, she probably would lose her mind if she was not medicated. So I think that we need to give a little bit of grace, because if she is on medication, sometimes you just make decisions that are not the most rational. The third thing I want to say is that you guys do not understand how beliefs impact the way that you move. Back in 2016, my uncle passed away very suddenly, and we were all in the hospital room surrounding him while he was on a ventilator. We were all saying how we felt about him. You know, we were laughing, we were crying. Grief is not one note. There are many notes to grief. So for you guys to say that she's not allowed to smile is the most ridiculous, absurd thing that I have ever heard. I remember specifically while my uncle was passing away in that hospital room, one of my relatives is so passionate about Christ, so deeply just a radical for Christ, that he was saying to everyone, we should not be crying, we should be rejoicing. He is in a better place. Now, it pissed some people off in my family that this relative was saying that, but you guys, people's belief system affects how they have grief.
She is dressed in white.
My mom has specifically told me that if she were to pass away, that she wants a party. She said she doesn't want sad music. She's told me the songs that she wants played. She told me she does not want anybody wearing black. She wants us all to be wearing vibrant colors. So the fact that these people are saying on the internet, oh, she's wearing white, she's
Tim Allen, home improvement.
Yes, when you take a look at these, online skeptics, including conspiracy theorists, have questioned her authenticity, with some businessly speculating that the deal was staged or that she is faking sadness to seize control of Turning Point USA, where she has assumed the role of CEO. Others, drawing on body language analysis, have labeled her smile as smoke or invasive, demanding she appear perpetually devastated to validate her widowhood. This backlash, amplified on social media, ignores the varied ways individuals process trauma.
All right. So I wanted to watch his wife talk, and I wanted to feel sympathy, compassion for her. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I felt threatened. I felt threatened by her words. Let me start by saying it seemed awfully performative, like Hunger Games performative, like Handmaid's Tale performative. That's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm just one person. But the words that she used were very threatening to me. It was some of the biggest dog whistles of all. And the way that I heard the dog whistle was, for my husband's legacy, we are going to unleash so much power to take down everybody that's not a white Christian nationalist. That's how I interpreted it. I don't know. Did anybody else feel the same way? And I didn't expect her to show that she's a humane, kind person by saying, I know my husband, a lot of people felt like they were harmed by his rhetoric, but I promise you he was a really good man who cared about everybody. I didn't expect her to say that.
I believe you've seen people can allow her to rest. They continue to criticize her to a level never seen before. She appeared on a podcast, Charlie's podcast, a few days ago. Struggling to recount how they used to be together, things like that. Some say this was too early. Oh, you should not do this. You should not smile. I don't get it. Libra should allow this lady in peace.
Tim Allen, home improvement, Tim Allen, he's great. He came out with this amazing revelation today. I think he posted it on X, and it relates to Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, of course, and that extraordinary moment that we saw at Charlie's memorial. Do we have the Erica Kirk moment? I don't know if I don't see it on our list. We'll drop it in. But when she forgave Charlie, which, was like, I feel like in a year, that's going to be, and Erica forgiving her, those are going to be the two moments that we remember about this story. Those two just almost equally extraordinary moments. And Tim Allen was watching, and he posted on X, when Erica Kirk spoke the words on the man who killed her husband, that man, that young man, I forgive him. That moment deeply affected me. I have struggled for over 60 years to forgive my dad. I will say those words now as I type. I forgive the man who killed my father. Peace be with you all. And it turns out Tim Allen's dad was killed by a drunk driver, and the dad, Tim Allen's dad, was in the car with his wife and the kids. Tim was 11. I think he was one of them. I'm not totally sure. And his mother. So can you imagine this poor guy who's gone on to become an international star? I'm sure he's got plenty of money, all these Hollywood contacts, very sensible. I think he's right-leaning, though he doesn't totally come out. And in your
Yes. Now going into this, Laura Luma posted this. Tucker Carlson would do everything he can with his backing to separate MAGA from Trump. I'm told he is already looking for a way to buy out Turning Point USA. I have had multiple talks with people this week who are aware of his desire to have a control stake in this. She went further. Mark my word, you are going to see Tucker Carlson try to co-op Turning Point USA and buy it out. He will do all he can to co-op it and turn it into an anti-J organization, despite the fact that Charlie never would have wanted that Tucker Carlson want to control Turning Point USA. You will see, bookmark this. Someone replied to Laura, the elephant in the room is that Turning Point USA audience will ultimately decide the fate of the company. And good luck winning them back to your cause now. You can't buy or bully the heart and minds of young people. Laura did not hold back. Nobody's trying to bully the heart and minds of anyone. I said you have no evidence for your white conspiracy theory and you deflect. You are only hurting the trial. It's like you want Taylor and the love to get off.
Let me just talk about my husband. If my husband passed away and he had an office or a place where he had a podcast, no one's touching anything in my husband's office, okay? My husband's office is staying the exact way that he left it. I know who my husband looks up to in politics, and if my husband had a poster of one of his favorite people on a shelf or on the wall, I'm not moving it. I'm leaving everything as my husband left it. I'm not touching his things. I'm leaving his office the exact way that he left it. So for you to be like, oh, what are we saying? What is this? Charlie clearly was a Trump lover. We have heard from Trump. Trump loved Charlie, loved Trump. So for you to be like, oh, there's a Trump picture on the shelf. She wants her husband's office to be the way it was. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then she's standing there presiding over that empty chair from a podium.
And for her to not sit in his chair, for me, I've gone back and forth on if I want to sit in my husband's chair or not. Maybe I might want to, because maybe I might want to feel close to him. But then there might also be, because we live in a visual medium.
Thank you guys for always been there sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. I'm going to end here. As of the short clips, please, you can skip. That's for the white algorithm.
It's not happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama
is blatant censorship.
because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
I want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show where he lies his ass off to the American people.
Well, there are repercussions to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite.
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said, that he doesn't